Theo Cannon here from Fiction Atlas Press, bringing you another Indie Connection. Today I'd like to tell you about some indie books that you might enjoy if you're a fan of Jim Butcher's The Aeronaut's Windlass. The first book I have for you is called Steamborn by Eric Asher. A supernatural swarm, a treacherous scheme. A tinker's apprentice may be the village's only hope. Jacob has yet to meet a gadget he couldn't fix or an adventure he could resist. With trade routes to his remote lowlands town cut off, Jacob must exchange his boyhood adventures for petty theft. After all, his wages at the tinker's shop aren't enough to pay for his father's medicine. But it soon becomes clear why few merchants brave the nearby roads as a plague of terrifying creatures descends upon the town. With the lowlands under siege, Jacob and his friend have no choice but to run for their lives. When their escape uncovers a terrible secret, Jacob learns there are those who will stop at nothing to make sure the teen takes the scandal to his grave. The second book I have for you is called Cities of Smoke and Starlight by Allie Ernest. Two tortured souls, one world on the brink of war. Case Shackley is an embittered hover pilot, still reeling from the night his sister died in his arms. He's a screw-up in every sense, so when a pilot nearly dies on his watch, he faces serious charges. Seeking to clear his name, he flies a ragtag crew to a lost and dangerous land from which they might never return. If only he didn't have to work with the infuriating bookshop girl who insulted him with Shakespeare. Hallie Walker, top scholar at the university, is jaded by the glittering society she's always dreamed of joining. Raised in the mountains, she fled to the city to forget her painful past. When she loses her bookshop job and the promise of school tuition, she agrees to a top-secret government mission, if only for the promised substantial sum upon her return. Now if she could just ignore the ungrateful, arrogant prat of a pilot. In a world of hover ships and crumbling First Earth artifacts, it's up to Hallie and Case to accomplish the impossible. Secure an alliance with an elusive, mystical race to help defend against a kingdom with dangerous technology and ancient magic. If they fail, the world will be lost before it even begins. The third book I have for you is called The Red Hourglass by Ashley Capes. Escape isn't the hardest challenge for a slave. It's staying free afterwards. Siblings Thomas and Mia find themselves fleeing across a desolate land, hounded by the monstrous Sandhog, a steam-powered war machine bent on recapturing them at all costs. Thomas fears the worst. He knows the tyrannical King Williams seeks Mia and her mysterious powers of foresight, but it seems even her gift cannot save the day when the Sandhog corners them. It isn't until they cross paths with a group of rebels and stumble across rumors of a lost airship that Thomas begins to wonder if there isn't hope of escape after all. And the last book I have for you is called Fortune's Eve by Emma Jane Holloway. Not all monsters dwell in the woods. The mages of the Conclave have questions, dangerous ones, that put airship pilot Gideon Fletcher and his sister Miranda in the midst of an inquisition for illegal magic. The Fletchers live in an elegant world of gentlemen's clubs and society balls, but their claim to fame is making daring rescues in the perilous outlands. It's all fun and monsters until they save a man wanted by the Conclave, and the mages turn their suspicions toward Gideon's family. Their scrutiny brings a new kind of peril. Little does Gideon know his sisters have much to hide. Trouble has arrived for the Fletchers, and it clearly means to stay. Okay, that's all for me this week. I'll see you next week on the Indie Connection. Bye!